The Senate has passed the bill. What's in the bill, and a little bit of good news in the bill for the low income. Also, something else I certainly want you to know about right now. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it right away. But if you're new here, or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video, as all of this information continues to change very, very fast right now. I'm watching everything closely, I'm doing all the research so that you don't need to, and I break it all down into these short videos so that you can get the latest details hot off the wire each and every day as this information is being released. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to subscribe down below, and let's get right into the video. Alright, so first things first, let's quickly talk about the bill that the Senate has just passed through, and then we can talk about what's in the bill, as well as a little bit of good news in this bill for the low income, and then of course, something I certainly want you to know about right now with everything going on around the country as well as around the world. Alright, so let's quickly talk about this bill. So remember the other day the House of Representatives voted on the $1.5 trillion spending bill to keep the government funded through the rest of the fiscal year? Well, they passed it through the House the other day. Then they sent it on to the Senate. Well, late yesterday evening, the Senate voted and they passed it. I know, right? Completely shocking. They actually got something done. Unbelievable. They should get themselves a medal or an award or something for actually getting something done. But anyway, just a quick side note. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's keep rolling here and talk about this bill a little bit more here. So this is the $1.5 trillion spending bill that they've been working on for a very, very long time now. But believe it or not, it's actually not even completely done yet. Here's what's happening. Alongside this $1.5 trillion bill, they also passed through a 4-day patch to keep the government funded through Tuesday of next week, simply because they haven't finished writing the text of this 2,741-page bill yet. So they anticipate over the next couple of days here, they'll finish it up, and all will be good to go by Tuesday of next week. Of course, the president is expected to sign it into law, and we'll all be good to go until the end of September, when we get to go through this entire process all over again. Yes, can't wait, right? Wow. Anyway, so yeah, this is a done deal pretty much, and we won't have to keep talking about all these little short-term bills that they keep passing, but rather, we'll probably be good to go here in just a matter of days, so that's finally a good thing here. All right, let's quickly talk about what's in this bill, and like I said, that little bit of good news in there for the low income. First off, this bill has pretty much everything under the sun that you could possibly think of. There's all kinds of things in this bill. As I read through all the different provisions in this bill, kind of interesting because it actually contains some of those provisions that they wanted to actually include in the Build Back Better agenda. Kind of interesting how those got their way in there. I don't know, but here's the thing. I can tell you this much. It doesn't impact the vast majority of us in here. They expanded Pell Grants in the bill. There's money in there for the IRS. Seriously, everything under the sun, everything you can possibly think of, it got a couple $1 billion. Seriously. There's so much in this bill. I don't know. Seems kind of weird to me, but again, that's just what's in there. Let me quickly jump to what is in this bill that is actually a good thing for the low income. Now, again, I just want to make it very clear. It is not a stimulus check, but there's actually a little bit of good stuff in there, and I do know that it probably will impact a lot of people right here in the community. So they included $57.3 billion for HUD. So housing and urban development. So these are the people who actually distribute these housing vouchers. So those of you who are maybe looking to get into, like a Section 8 or waiting for housing vouchers or, these types of programs like this, they included billions more dollars into this program. So they actually are funding them with $53.7 billion for low-income housing. This is actually a pretty good thing. Now, let me tell you more details about this. There's actually enough money in there to actually open up 25,000 more housing vouchers for the low income. That's actually a pretty good thing, because as I've talked about here in previous videos and as I've seen down in the comments section, some of you have been waiting a very, very long time to get housing vouchers, maybe to get into a place, maybe to move into a bigger place, to transfer places. I mean, seriously, there's so many different things that are going on right now, and I've seen it down in the comments section. Some of you are waiting years, 3 years, 5 years, a long time to get into a housing, to get into a housing unit. However, like I said, with this extra money that they've added in there, this should free up an additional 25,000 housing vouchers. But let's be real with ourselves. This is not going to completely fix the entire housing situation right now for the lower income. But at least at the end of the day, maybe it'll alleviate some of the pressures on these housing vouchers and the Section 8, stuff like this, these programs for housing for the low income. So at the end of the day, it's nice to see that there's some extra money in there to help out these people get into these housing units, whether it's changing, moving into a bigger unit, or maybe just getting into a unit in the first place. So hopefully this will help with some of the backlogs and the waiting lists to get into a place. So that's actually one of the good provisions within the bill. Let me tell you a couple other things here that are within it. And again, this probably won't impact the vast majority of you here, but it may impact some of you. There's $26.9 billion in the bill for child food assistance, as well as the expansion for the WIC program as well, Women, Infant, and Children. So again, I know it's probably not going to impact many of you here, but at least there is a little bit of money in there for the low income and those individuals living on a fixed income. So that's kind of one of the nice things as well. But anyway, this is within what's in the bill right now. But again, as we already know, Congress is still working on that stimulus package, or the reconciliation bill, I guess we should call it now, versus a stimulus package. But realistically, at the end of the day, it is still a stimulus package. It's still a reconciliation bill. It's a spending bill, and there's going to be billions of dollars, probably maybe even close to $1 trillion within that bill. So whatever's not picked up in this bill right here, the one that they just passed, the $1.5 trillion bill, it'll probably be picked up in the reconciliation bill, which we do already know Congress wants to completely get done before the midterm elections, and ideally here over the next couple months here. So, of course, I'll keep you posted as we do get more details on that. All right, let me tell you about something that I certainly want you to know about during this time. All right, so obviously all of us know at this point what's going on kind of around the world right now with the whole Russia-Ukraine situation right now. Well, I'm not going to talk about what's actually going on over there, but rather I do want to talk about some of the negative impacts and how it's going to actually impact us here, right here at home in the United States. Here's what's happening. So, unbelievably, not unbelievably, but more like I didn't realize this. Let's just say that much. I didn't realize this, and maybe many of us here didn't realize this, that Russia and Ukraine actually produce about 1/3 of the global wheat supply. Wheat, like wheat, stuff that grows in a field, wheat. So here's the thing. I didn't realize that. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not realize that between Russia and Ukraine, they actually supply the world with 1/3 of the global wheat supply. Well, here's the problem. With everything going on over there right now, this is going to dramatically impact the supply chain as well as the production of wheat from these countries. So here's the problem, is what they're saying. This is going to lead to massive food shortages going forward. At the same time, here's what they're anticipating, and here's what they are already starting to price in. Like starchy type products like pasta, breads, whatever kind of things like this, whatever kind of pertains to wheat products. Prices are going to go up by 50% as far as what they're anticipating right now. So prices on the simple products that we buy, obviously food. I meant to say bread, pasta products, things like this. Basically anything that has wheat within it, they're anticipating the price on this to go up about 50% relatively quickly. Oh, great. Thank you. So anyway, this is what we have to be aware of. So anything right now going forward that we're consuming, which is with wheat in it, which is a lot of stuff, almost everything that is like a starchy type food, anything that basically is carbohydrates, pretty much has wheat in it. So it's all going to be going up substantially. About 50% is what they're anticipating based on the wholesale prices, and they're dramatically increasing prices of wheat on the futures market and just the wheat market, so the grain market. So anyway, something we've got to be aware of here going forward as we continue to basically look at everything out there right now increasing in price, and this is just one more of those items. Well, it's not even going to be one item. It's going to be many items. A lot of items that we buy at the grocery store have wheat in them. Therefore, prices will be going up because of the strains on the supply chain. So, wow. I mean, seriously, what else are they going to come up with next? I mean, seriously, are they going to start charging us for every breath we take or what? I mean, seriously, we're getting sick of it now. What else is going to be happening here? Anyway, prices are going up on essentially everything right now, and this is just one of those other things out there right now that I want you to be aware of going forward. But I don't know. Seriously, maybe Congress will come up with something that will supply us with more, maybe like food vouchers or housing vouchers or stimulus checks or direct cash payments or I don't know, inflationary checks. I mean, seriously, what's going to be called now? I'm not really sure anymore. There's so many different things that are changing right now, so many things that are happening. But again, this is just another one that we can add to our list of things that are happening right now that we certainly need to be aware of, and another way that we're going to be impacted with everything going on globally right now. And again, the supply chain issues. Man, there's so much going on. Seriously, it's almost hard to continue like keeping track of everything. At the same time, it's almost like unbelievable. Like I said the other day in one of the videos, just when you thought you've heard everything, no, they come up with something new. And yet again, here it is. So anyway, I want you to be aware of this. So this is something that we are currently dealing with right here, right now, in the real world. This is something that is going on, and unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. But what they're saying is, of course, this is going to impact the global food supply on a large scale. This is not just the United States. This is going to be a global food shock. So we got to be aware of this stuff. Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Please make sure to subscribe down below, and I'll keep you updated with everything going on right now. If there's anything I can do to help you, of course, I'm doing all this research. I truly want to be here for you in any way that I can be, as well as breaking it all down into these short videos, and just to be here as your one and only daily advocate. So again, please make sure to subscribe down below. I'll continue to keep you posted with all these details and everything coming out right now. Hopefully, Congress will come to their senses with everything going on, prices going up substantially on everything. Congress, they've got to come to their senses on this. I mean, seriously, they know what the solution is here. People need relief. They need cash. They don't need a voucher. They don't need some gimmick program. We need real, substantial cash. We need money in our bank accounts is what it comes down to. Anyway, I'm here for you. Please subscribe down below. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,200, nearly 2,300 videos right here on the channel. And I'll catch you again later in the next one. I hope this one helped.